Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton and I'm joined by
Katie Hayes.
Katie Hayes.
Yep, all the way in from New York.
From New York City.
That's right.
Tell me about yourself, Katie.
I mean, we've worked together for 10 years now, so I feel like you know everything you need to know.
What do you do for a living here?
I am a producer, writer-producer on the TV show.
Oh, you write the
TMZ.
words. You write the words that the funny voice says?
That the voice says, yes, that's what I do. Exactly.
Very interesting.
And what do you do here, Charlie?
Not a lot. You're looking at it.
Yeah.
We cherry picked some stories for you today, Katie,
Great.
that we thought you'd like. Bill Murray has a surprising new girlfriend that you'll never expect. We're going to talk about Lala Kent. I saw her at LAX yesterday.
Yeah, that's good.
She's got empathy for Raquel. She's feeling a bit sorry for Raquel.
I mean, she's done a total 180.
She has. And finally, we'll talk about Kim Zolciak seen back on the set of Real Housewives while she's going through this messy divorce.
What an exciting Friday.
Oh my God. This is
really
crazy. All right, well.
Let's jump into it. I love this story.
Kelis Milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and one of them is Bill Murray.
72-year-old Bill Murray.
He's 72. Kelis from the Milkshake song, she's 43.
Yeah.
They're dating.
Did you do the math? Do it fast.
About 30.
Don't get specific. Yeah. 3 decades almost between them. I love it. But you know, I come from a very age-tolerant relationship family.
When I said we cherry-picked the stories.
Yeah.
That was what I was referring to. You are, you know.
I'm in a marriage yet. Yep. He's almost 20 years older than I am. And
wow.
I would like to say to Kelis at this point, don't do it. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. But this is exciting, right? Because they bonded over actually kind of a sad fact, right?
Yeah.
That her husband at the time died. And his estranged wife has also passed, and that's apparently what they bonded over.
What an aphrodisiac.
I mean, it's kind of a bummer, but you get it, right? Like, if you're both grieving, it's nice to have someone to grieve with. So
right.
Kelis's second husband died just this past March of 2022. And no, I'm sorry, that'd be 2 Marches ago. And then Bill's estranged wife died in 2021. So apparently that's what they're bonding over.
It is just, if you had said, you know, Kelis is dating, you know, an A-list actor, I'll give you $1 million if you can guess it in 100 guesses. I don't think I ever would have guessed Bill Murray.
No. And would you not guess it because of the age difference?
Age difference, they're just, you couldn't pick two more polar opposites.
Right, because she was married to Nas, right? Like, her first husband was Nas.
Okay. I mean, if you're saying it, I believe it.
And so both of her husbands have been age appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, around her age, right? But Bill Murray, man, people love him. Like, every story you hear about Bill Murray is like how fun he is, how funny he is. He always just kind of like pranks random people. He's supposed to be a good time.
He is a good time. But I mean, it's almost like he's living out Groundhog Day, and this is the one where he like is with Kelis. Like, it just seems like such a preposterous situation that, like, how did we get here?
And I guess he was at her show, right, in London, and then they were spotted together at the same hotel. So,
wow.
I mean, it could also just be like a little fling. Maybe they're just having some fun.
Do you have a fling with a 72-year-old?
I mean, that's really all you can have, right? Because at that point, every day is a good one.
Do older men really know how to, you know, get the job done?
I think they should, right?
Right. I mean, I don't know.
I think it just depends on the man, because you could say the same thing about a younger guy. I could say the same thing about you. I could say, looking at Charlie, I don't know if he can get the job done.
Okay. I think Erin would say the same thing. My wife.
But I like this.
I like it. I mean, I love it. I
love that Bill Murray's having some fun. I love that Kelis, if she's dating it. You know what? She had such a sad, her husband that died of stomach cancer. It was super sad. I love that Bill Murray, who's like known as a jokester and hilarious, I love if he's bringing like some laughter back into her life.
Yeah. I bet they have a good time.
I don't know how serious it can get, right? Because of almost 30-year age difference. So, but
you, as you say, you're in a age gap sort of relationship. So, I mean,
it happens all the time, right? Like, look at George Clooney and his wife. Especially in Hollywood, look at Leonardo DiCaprio
and all those girls.
and all those girls,
right?
I mean, it's a thing.
And you're right. You just got to find, you know, a way that you connect and things you can bond over. And if dead spouses happens to be
That thing.
that thing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's good that they've got each other then.
I mean, people are making jokes, right? Saying
What
that
are
her milkshake is bringing all the Ensure to the yard, or
Ah.
they didn't know that they put Ensure in her milkshake. They're going to get a lot of jokes.
What's Ensure do?
Ensure is the milkshake for old people.
Oh, why do they drink it?
What does it do specifically? I don't know.
Is it
Maybe
about
it's
bowels?
fiber.
Oh,
It's got to be about bowels.
I
I feel like anything with older people and drinks, it boils down to the bowels,
yeah,
right?
it's to keep things moving, kind of thing. Like that's what it. All right.
Right.
Well,
So
maybe.
they're making a lot of these jokes now. But you know what? Bill Murray can take it.
I love
He's
it.
a comic.
I love it. Okay, on to our next story. I was at LAX yesterday,
Yeah.
and on the heels of the Vanderpump Rules reunion. Are you a Vanderpump Rules fan?
You know what? I got to the game late, but now I'm obsessed.
Really?
Yeah.
You watched all 3 reunions?
I watched all 3 reunions, and because we talk about it a lot here. So I was kind of thrown into it, maybe against my will. And then now I've taken off.
Wow.
So I don't know. Do you look at me differently because I haven't been in it since the beginning? The hardcore Vanderpumpers are like, you're not a real fan. Like,
really?
They're mad.
Weekender?
Yeah. But this interview, you did a great job, by the way, and asked great questions.
Stop.
I know. I'm being too nice to you. Don't let it go to your head. I still think you're terrible. But no, she's, Lala was going in at the reunion, and she always has a lot to say, and she's standing up and yelling. And so to see her in this interview do the 180 and now have a little empathy for Raquel was shocking to me.
It is. All right, well, let's play some of the sound from the interview now.
So in the moment when during the reunion, I felt after I left, I felt dirty. After watching last night, when she finally had the breakdown, just as a human, it was like, if this is, because for me, it's a reality TV show. I feel like we're all kind of playing the same game.
Yeah.
When I watched that, I was like, oh, we may be dealing with someone who maybe shouldn't be on this type of platform.
It's kind of a bit of a look behind the curtain, I thought she gave, like saying sort of like, we're on a reality show. I'm playing my part on a reality show, basically, she said. And she said that Raquel is, I don't know, letting it all get to her in a way that maybe this business isn't for her.
It was interesting, wasn't it, that she said that because, it kind of was looking behind the curtain of like, we all play these parts. This isn't who I am. I amp it up. And then when she saw Raquel breaking down, she went, wait a second, this actually looks too real. And it's like, wait, no, you guys are all real, right? And she's going, nah, not really.
Yeah.
But I thought that was fascinating. I don't know. I mean, just the nature of reality shows, right, is to bring out the worst in people. It's what we want to see. Otherwise, if you're like a lovely, nice person being kind to everyone, why am I watching?
Well, why did you and me both tune in like a couple months ago for the first time, and now we're hooked, and I will watch next season because, you know why I watch next season? Because you want to see all the fallout. So then how does Raquel, someone who is currently or was in a mental health sort of institute or something like that, how does she go on shooting with these people who hate her? And these people who hate her because of what she did, they also are worried about her maybe a little bit by the looks of what Lala said, saying like, we don't want this person to be in a psych ward. Like, we don't like what she did, but we don't want to sort of like torture her, it sounds like. So I don't know what they do about next season. They're going to have to resolve it because it's what we want to see, but it's going to be tricky.
And Lala's also smart, right? So she knows, like, without Raquel and without the controversy, are you going to tune in next season?
Of course not.
Yeah.
Why would you?
So it's good for all of them to have Raquel on the show. So they should really figure out a way to get over it and have her back. And it's going to be a fine line, right? Because they can't go over the top and hate her because that would be too much for her. So I kind of think this is like a little olive branch from Lala being like, hey, I still have a mortgage to pay or a rent to pay, so let's get her back in here. I mean, it's good for the show.
I mean, Lala Kent's peaking.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't have known who that was, a few months ago. But now...
Or Tom Sandoval. I mean, those are all household names now.
Like, globally household names.
Yeah.
I got people texting me from Australia just like, have you seen this? Have you like...
Every week. I know. It's wild.
It's wild. But so they need Raquel. They need Tom. And
as far as Raquel goes, that's dicey. I don't know. I mean, she was really melting down in that last 6 minutes in the confessional.
You did feel for her when she finally said about we had sex while Ariana was away at the funeral. She was legitimately like having a mental breakdown. And she went to the hospital, like, you know, I don't know how many days after that. So it's going to be an interesting tightrope that they all have to walk. Because as you say, this is the peak of their careers.
Yeah.
And Raquel is, you know, an important piece in all of it. So they'll have to play nice, even though we kind of want it. We want them to play dirty, but
not too dirty, right? But I did appreciate how Lala said that she would film with her. Although she goes, keep in mind, I've never been friends with her. I didn't like her from before this, which I still appreciated that little
I like
jab because it is true. They never liked each other. So
yeah,
I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I think next season, if they can get them all back, will be explosive.
Can't wait. It was a big day at LAX yesterday, actually. For like. I saw also Sheena Shea.
Oh yeah,
and Brock, her Australian husband.
Okay,
the ones what's their names again? Oh, this all blending together. Raquel and Tom banged in Mexico at their wedding. If you remember,
yeah, and they tried to lie about that too, right? And then Raquel just came clean in that confessional. Tom had to watch it and go, "Oh boy."
Oh yeah, we talked
about this, Raquel.
We also another paparazzi saw Ariana yesterday at LAX as well. So they were all flying through, and all of them had way more empathy than anger. You know, I've spoken to most of them before. And I think this reunion where they saw the breakdown just like we did, and they also saw themselves shouting these vile, you know, go bang a cheese grater. Like
that was harsh.
They were they saw themselves as well, and maybe they said, okay, maybe we do need to take a step back.
Yeah, I mean, that's what reality TV does. Just brings out the worst in people. That's why we love it.
On to more reality TV news.
Yeah.
Kim Zolciak, who's going through a very messy divorce.
Whoever thought that would happen?
I mean, it's kind of like her and Croy, her now ex-husband, or I guess
estranged, right?
Estranged.
Mm-hmm.
They were like a couple where you didn't see any issues. They were like, you know, a perfect sort of like, they didn't argue, but behind closed doors, it must have been terrible.
Well, all the financial stuff, I think, right? Because we did a bunch of stories where like maybe their house was getting taken away, and they had didn't they have a tax lien on their house? They owed like $1 million to the government, and so that puts a lot of stress on the marriage. And I'm sure eventually that's just what broke them.
I think that's probably right. Well, she posted a picture yesterday from on the set of Real Housewives.
Yeah.
So I guess she's back, if only for like a cameo or who knows, but I'm surprised they aren't asking her back, and I'm surprised she wouldn't accept that because she needs the money. Like, this is a cameras up time. If we've learned anything from Vanderpump Rules, is when tragedy strikes or when something crazy strikes, get those cameras up.
Yeah, especially, I mean, this could be a great opportunity, as sad as that would be to say, for them to make a lot of money, because it's going down in their house. He tried to take her handbags and her shoes and sell them to pay off bills.
Oh, that
somebody does that to me. Get out your camera, because I'm getting crazy. right. Like, I mean, they're locking themselves in bathrooms. They're doing all sorts of crazy things.
Gambling, drinking, smoking pot, even
forcing each other to go to parent classes and like fill out tests. I mean, they're going nuts. They're doing everything nasty that is terrible, that you don't want to see, but then all you want to do is see it.
Right, exactly.
So like, I feel like they can make that $1 million back like that.
Totally. I mean, I think it's bizarre. Screw being, you know, a cast member in Real Housewives. It should just be like, you know, a Real House, you know, I'm trying to think of a title right now on the spot and I can't really do it.
Real House of
Division. That's not very catchy. That's not very catchy.
We're going to have to keep working on that one. We're going to have to workshop that.
But why aren't they filming, you know, you say to Croy as well, come on, Croy, you can be smoking your pot out back. We'll get the cameras out for that. I'll get angry at you. You know, I'll go to the casino. I'll buy some crypto, you know, and all while the kids are living in the same house, mind you, like going, Mummy, Daddy, are you okay?
Well, because they're still sharing a house, which is like you put two people who hate each other in the same house and you lock the doors and then just, you know, you don't even need a camera crew. Just set up some tripods all over the place and some, you know, like, let's do it. But it is interesting now that all this drama is happening, that now the Housewives, like, she's making cameos because she has stuff to talk about.
Oh.
So I wonder if she will become, I mean, if her episode is explosive and her cameo is explosive, if she'll be. I mean, she really doesn't have a chance to like. I mean, she doesn't have the option to turn down work right now, right?
I wouldn't have thought so. The house is being foreclosed,
right?
You know,
so she's got to do it. I think she should go back. She should be a Real Housewife again. Well, what happened? I guess you can be a housewife without being a wife, right?
No, of course. You don't need to be a Real Housewife to be on that show,
right?
You don't need to work at a Vanderpump Rules restaurant anymore to be on that
right.
show either.
It's just the thing.
It's just the thing. So I mean, I don't know why Andy Cohen wouldn't do that show on Bravo, because it would be even just a one-off special. Maybe just do a divorce special. You know what I mean? Like everyone
what a sad special, but yes.
Everyone would love it. Get your popcorn out.
Everyone would watch, and it would be a great opportunity for them to make some money and pay back old Uncle Sam, because he never forgets.
Oh my god.
But she looks amazing.
Well, that's actually, yes, she does. She's got that post-breakup hotness.
Yeah, I always say divorce does a body good.
Is that because you don't eat when you're sad? Is that it?
I think so.
I thought you eat more when you're sad.
Unfortunately, that's the way it goes for me. I really hit the cookie sleeves, and I don't stop at one. But yeah, no, she looks amazing. So it's her time to strike. Unfortunately,
could she be on The Bachelorette or something like? Could she be the Bachelorette on an upcoming season?
Aren't they doing? How old is she? I can't remember, because they're doing like an older.
Oh, they're doing Seniors Bachelor.
Yeah, but she falls in the middle. So now we need like a middle. Like we need like the divorced Bachelorette. That is a show.
Wow. You just
look at us. We're giving away our ideas.
Yeah,
we need to
shut up.
We got to cool it.
Don't give away IP for free.
We've come up with 3 TV pitches during this segment.
None of which have
divided.
been Housewife Divided. That doesn't even make sense.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
That sounds like she's been in a magic show and cut in a million pieces.
It does.
We're gonna keep workshopping this though.
Okay.
Send in your suggestions of name titles, working name titles for a Housewife Divided.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Well, this was fun.
You're going back to New York now, so I
yeah.
won't be. Oh, damn. All right. Well,
I'll be back in a few weeks.
Tune in a few weeks for more Katie Hayes. Thank you, Katie.
Thanks, Charlie.
And we'll see you guys here next week.